In this video, we're going to make a logo flash sheet for a streetwear brand, and then I'm going to show you how easy it is to adapt one of the logos in the flash sheet to a template that you can use for streetwear on your own. So let's learn how to do it right now. All right, to get started, we're going to add some text because this is going to be a mainly streetwear type style logo. So I'm going to go with Fireside. I think that sounds like a really cool streetwear brand. I'm going to make this all caps, make sure all of it is on one line. I'm going to space it out just a little bit, put it up here because we're going to make 6 iterations, or basically parse this out in 6 different ways for our flash sheet. Now, I'm going to put a box behind this text, and I'm going to show you a really cool kind of trend that I've seen in some streetwear logo designs. I'm going to make this text yellow, so we want to be in that fiery style color. I don't want to be like too prominently red, so I thought yellow was a good mid ground here. So now I've got the box behind here, and so text inside of a box is a really big streetwear thing to do, at least I think, in my opinion. But what I'm going to do is skew this up. If you hold shift, you can grab this side point and lift it up, so now the box is on an angle like this. And then with the text, we can do the same thing by applying angle transformation. So now I can make this text follow in suit, in line with the box that's behind it. And I've seen this kind of trend happening lately, but what I'm going to do is take it a step further. I'm going to duplicate this box, right click, send it to the back, and I'm going to add a little bit of outline, take off the fill here, and make the outline the same color so that I give it a kind of fake looking shadow effect here. So now it looks like I've got this kind of semi 2D, 3D shadow going on here, and maybe it just needs a little bit more weight. The border weight needs to be a little bit more. We can continue to tweak that as we go. I think it also kind of looks like a really cool button for some reason. But what I'm going to do is duplicate it over here on the side, and then I'm going to start incorporating other brand words. So for example, like, what is Fireside? So this is an apparel brand, so I'm going to type apparel. I'm going to make that same box on that same angle. I just duplicated it, but I'm going to make the text a little bit smaller, and then I'm going to just place it down below side here. So I'm going to make it still part of this box, or still part of this secondary logo, or it could be the first logo, whatever you want it to be. And I'm going to make it just sit there and say apparel, like this little tag or this little flag that's below it. Now with the third iteration, I am just going to do an outline. So we do need a little bit more simplified versions of the logo, and so I'm thinking about all kinds of use cases here. So I'm going to make the outline dark, that same charcoal. I'm going to make the text the same charcoal, so this logo can be used in a variety of ways without having to worry about will the line shadow print in the background, things like that. And so again, to make sure this is very clear what Fireside is, I'm going to add apparel company. So now we have Fireside by itself, maybe as the label or a tag that's on your shirt. We also have Fireside Apparel up there on the top right. Now we have Fireside Apparel Company, again, further explaining what we are as a streetwear brand here. I'm going to place it on that same angle here so that it follows suit with everything being on an angle, so it doesn't look too strange for it to be, straightforward. And then what I'm going to do is just add some simple lines and just turn the lines to make sure that they're on that same angle. Might take you just a little bit of tweaking to make sure that it's following that same path. And then what I'm going to do is, for the 4th iteration, I think it'd be fun to just play with text. So not using any more boxes, but still creating a box shape. So I'm going to duplicate this, which you can do with Alt or Option and drag on your keyboard. And one line is going to say fire, and one line is going to say side. And now what I'm going to do is kind of build a step effect here, like fire is up on the top left and side is on the bottom right. And then I'm going to continue the angled theme, the line theme, just duplicating those lines from the other one because they're already the correct angle. And I'm just going to size these up, and I think they need to be a little bit thicker in this regard because I'm still creating a box, but I'm just creating the box with lines. So I'm creating the lines with text and creating the box with lines and text. So then I'm going to put apparel right here, but I am going to look for a different script font. We're going to introduce a different font here, or maybe a secondary font for the brand. And I like this script right here. And we're going to take off the all caps because we definitely don't want it in all caps. And I'm going to make this say apparel. So now we have two different versions of the logo, but still in the same design language. And I'm gonna put it right here because I like how the L sits there on the side. Just make sure we take the spacing off. We don't need spacing here on script. Hey, if you're getting value out of this Streetwear Logo Flash Sheet tutorial, let me know by hitting the thumbs up button and then comment below what are your thoughts on Streetwear right now. Do you see yourself purchasing it? Do you see yourself designing to sell on places like Etsy or Amazon Merch? Would love to know what your current thoughts are on streetwear. So let me know down below and let's get back to the tutorial. And so I like how this again kind of furthers the stepping effect, but also completes the box down there and angles nicely with the bottom right of side. Okay, and so now what we're gonna do is create maybe it could be a tertiary logo in this script style. I think it looks really nice. I think it's rugged enough to still be in the same vein of this design language. And Fireside in the script font could be just its own logo in its own right. And so this is going to work for different, maybe different parts of clothing or different clothing designs. And so now I'm going to put apparel and just kind of reverse it. So above I had sans serif that says Fireside and the script was apparel. Now the script is Fireside and I've just flipped it. So now that the apparel is a nice sans serif and it's just the same, it's the same text as it was above. And so once this feels pretty good in terms of spacing, maybe it needs a little bit more since we've made it a little bit thin. What I think we need to do is find some iconography to go with this logo. So let's make our board the yellow, and it's coming together already nicely with the yellow and the black together like this. So let's find a flame. I don't want something too intricate. I want something that's going to print really easily as a logo in a variety of ways, and I really like this simple flame here with a punched out flame in the middle. So anything that's in the back is going to be the color, or any color in the back is going to be what shows through this flame, and I think that's really nice. Now what I think might be cool is if we add a flame above this little eye right here. So we don't have to do both of them. I think that might be a little bit too much, but I think if I fill in this space right here and make the flame the dot of the eye, that will be cool. So I'm just adding a couple of simple circle shapes to make sure that I fill that space, and I'm going to group it together. I'm going to label it so it's easy to find. And then now I'm just going to turn it a little bit, and I think that's really cool. It's part of Fireside, still having that flame inside of it. So now what I'm going to do is just put some of these icons in boxes. I think that's a really big streetwear thing to do. It also kind of looks like, a warning label or a disclaimer or something like that. That's a really kind of intense streetwear thing to do. So I think that would be fun just to have a couple of the same icon a variety of ways. Again, this is a flash sheet, so it's showing you how you can use it in different use cases. So now I've got my 3 flames in a variety of ways. And so now that we have this how we want it, it's time to show you how we can adapt this to streetwear. So on the home page, if I click streetwear, we're going to find a template. Now I have this sort filter to most used because that tells me that these templates are extremely popular, they're performing well, and people are most likely using them to make some really great sales. I love this one by Feetry. So we're going to use this design and we're going to create our own little thing right here. I think skull style would be cool. So I want to find a skull with a flaming head. This one worked out really nicely. And then I'm going to adjust the colors to be more of the red and the yellow that I had in mind. And then I'm just changing a couple of different parts of the template here. I thought it was cool to kind of signify you have 1 of 3 lives left or something like that. But we need to fill in the space below. And so what I'm going to start doing is incorporating my brand here into the streetwear design. So now I've grabbed this one right here, Command C or Control C and Command V or Control V. And so boom, now I'm going to make sure that it fits the colors of this template, and then I'm just going to reverse it. So I'm just going to put both of them there, and then I'm going to size them down just a little bit because they're just components that add to the streetwear, kind of this maximalist vibe, I guess. So I like this one for this particular scene right here. This one is going to work the logo that we have with a stepping effect that incorporates both sans serif and script. I thought adding this one with the script would be nice because it gives it just a little bit of different character. Then I'm going to fill in this space right here by creating a mask, a really long rectangle mask, and then over in abstract we have these super cool wavy lines that I just inputted into the mask and made this cool wavy line effect. I mean, I'm not entirely entirely sure what it means, but I think it looked really cool and fit the space super well. And so now let's look at what this is going to be like on some mock-ups. So let's go to definitely hoodies and sweaters, and let's find one that we like, something with a really streetwear scene. So this guy looks really cool. He must be up pretty high for there to be clouds right behind him, but this is really cool. I think this is going to work out really nicely. Let's find that kind of dark blue that was in the template. I actually liked that. So let's find a darker blue here. Yeah, I think that looks really, really nice for the front of a hoodie. It fills that rectangle very well, and this is what it looks like on the back of a shirt. I just left this one black here. I think that also would look cool. And here's another one on a jacket, kind of like a slick, kind of silky baseball jacket. That is super cool. If I saw that out somewhere, I would think that jacket is super cool. So I hope you have a ton of fun making your own streetwear flash sheets or using this template to build your own streetwear brand. Now, if you want to see other tutorials using Kittl, I have these videos here on my right that I know you're going to enjoy. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any upcoming videos and features and things like that. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.